tricks that'll help organize your rooms and hopefully make things easier for you as you go through the craziness, and just some important steps that you need to make sure you're taking in order to get all the information that you need in from Command to DocuSign and so on. So if you have any questions throughout, just feel free to interrupt me. I will gladly take any questions whenever. So I'll share my screen again. I'm going to start in Command first. And not 100% DocuSign related, but it's still helpful. If you have a contact that may somehow have gotten multiple, hold on, yeah, I'll make sure I was recording, sorry, multiple opportunities for the same transaction, the more opportunities you have for the same person, the same transaction, the more confusing it's going to get. So when you're in your opportunities, under all opportunities, if you would have a duplicate, once they load, like say these are both duplicates, let me get rid of this. You can click on, do this in all opportunities. It's the easiest way to access it. You just click on the three dots in the far right and hit archive, and that archives the opportunity that you don't need. Now with that, be careful on which one that you need to go through them both and see which one is actually linked to the DocuSign room that you want to use and that you don't want to use, and so on and so forth. That way you're not archiving the wrong one. But the good thing about it is if you do archive the wrong one, you can recover it still, and that's in your settings. So you would go up to your name in the top right corner, go into settings, under command settings, opportunity settings, and then opportunity archive. So you would be able to restore them even if you archive the wrong one on accident. So, but the cleaner your opportunities are, the easier it's going to be for you to move throughout everything seamlessly. So starting in opportunities is really how you're setting up your things, your rooms in DocuSign. So once you are in your room, which if the pipeline functionality, like if you can't remember what stage it's in, always go to all opportunities and you can search either by address or you can search by opportunity name, assignee, or contact name. Assignee would be anybody who's assigned to the opportunity. So if it's, the Rainmaker or you or whomever, just so you can find them quickly if you don't see them right away. For me, I think this is an easier view to wade through just because I can physically see them and don't have to remember which little bubble I had it in. So just FYI. So I'm gonna 1560. So I'm gonna search for this property, which I think is gonna be this one. We'll see. So I'm in my opportunity. So first things first is making sure your details section of your opportunity is filled out. Now you don't have to go as far as putting every single detail in, but having your clients in there obviously is going to be a huge one, which you should be doing from the get-go anyways. Having the property information in there as well, especially if it's a listing. Up here we'll say select from listings. Make sure you're clicking on that there. So you click on this and here, I'll just remove this to see if I can not mess it up. So it says select from listings. You click on that. It'll pull up your listings here. I'm not an agent, so obviously that's not applicable for me, but if I can get this one back in here. Yep, there it is. So putting that in there from the get-go. If it's a buyer, just click on the pencil right here and put in the information that way and click save, because this select from listings won't be an option if it's for a buyer. But having that information in here from the get-go is going to make your life a lot easier, because that's that much less information you should have to put in for DocuSign. So once you have all that in there, you go to documents, the usual, pick your checklist type, then you're going to click start a transaction right here. It's important to do that because you need to move from command to DocuSign in order to get DocuSign to go back into command. Otherwise, you'd have to download and upload, and it creates extra work. So I'm just going to click go to transaction since I already have a room created. Of course, it's going to log you in. It's going to prompt you to log in. So when you have, I'm going to go, this is not the one I wanted. I'll go to one that already has documents in it just so we can do some clarification. So with details, if there's any additional information that you want to have in your documents, that information that wasn't in command, because not everything is in command when it transfers over, then you can put that information in here. So anything you put in the details will filter into your documents based on how it's templated. Meaning if the box is designated for seller one's name, that is going to populate anywhere any of those forms say seller one name, and so forth. So any information that's in here can or is templated on those forms and will thus auto-populate that information. So having your details filled out is critical to keep you from repeating entering information. So you just click edit to do that. And if you wanted to put the county in there.
Okay, we have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have put like my information, you know, like my license number, all the, you know, the address of Keller Williams, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of times it doesn't come in on the contract. And then I'm hand typing it, even though I put it in this part.
This part?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not matched up sometimes. It'll
do you know what forms specifically that it's not working on?
The contract.
Purchase contract.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I'll add it.
Oh, that's a listing. So, I mean, that's.
Yeah, it should still work. I can still get the document though.
Yeah.
Because it will do, a lot of times it will do it for the other agent.
Because you hand typed it in, right?
But you have to type it in.
To the last page, I guess.
Is it on the very bottom page?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So type it, put it in here.
So it's usually on the other side of the contract that it never goes in for me.
Our one agent company. Yeah, I have the listing side of it set up though, so that's probably why it pulled in that way.
We'd have to go to a buyer's contract and.
Yeah, let me go back to the details real quick and I can add that.
I'm just curious if it's something I'm doing wrong or.
Right. No, that's fine. That's why. That's the purpose of the call. Okay, so I just put the basics of that. But on the buyer one agent, I didn't put a name though. That's okay. Purchase contract. Yeah, populated in there.
But I can tell you the phone numbers don't populate, right?
Okay.
So I guess the question is, you can't auto set something so it would bring their license number in and agent name in. You have to hand type it every time in the details page.
If you have whichever side of the deal you have, your information should automatically populate here like it has. Like this has all been automatically populated. I did not enter my information at all.
And where does it auto populate from?
It should from your account, your command or your DocuSign account.
Okay, so it would be in the settings of DocuSign. They'd have to.
Yeah, click up in the top right corner and do manage profile. Let me see here. Email, address, and phone. Oh, mine's not even in there, so maybe it does pull from command. So I would do both just to be safe. So my profile in DocuSign, which I just clicked on my initials in the top right corner, and then manage profile. And then also make sure that your marketing profile in command is filled out, because that would be where it would pull from.
Okay.
Yeah, because your information isn't in the actual opportunity other than the owner. So make sure the marketing profile is filled out with your information. That would be my only other guess of where it would pull that info from.
All right, we'll do it through DocuSign and command.
Right. So I'm going to undo these just so I can show you how to. So when you have, Liza, let me remove these so I can redo them. So I'll be totally transparent with DocuSign. When you have multiple forms in here, it's super confusing. It's not pretty to look at, and it's overwhelming. So the biggest recommendation I can give for your documents is to create folders for them. So by default, you have the one room docs folder, which that's great and all, but organization is key. So up here in the top right corner is actions. So when you click on that, you have add folder, and then you can name it whatever you want. So if you want sign docs or whatever makes sense to you, sign documents, actions, if you want to do the certifications that you get, that PDF, those things. If you want any like
I'll tell you what your titles will be. Okay, we'll have two ones. Thanks.
Yeah. So then you would just left click and hold it down, and then once those blue bars pop up at the top, you're just going to drag it to it, and if you see that dark blue goes around that light blue box, and then it'll move there for you. So you just click and hold it, drag, click and hold it, and drag it.
I can tell you one thing that DocuSign doesn't load in right. Not that it's a big deal, but I just put Megan's in, and when it loads, it puts the office number as her contact number as opposed to the agent's number.
I would check her marketing profile for that then,
Okay.
because mine, I know mine is in here as my direct number.
Yeah.
So I would just double check that on her in her command.
The office number shows as your cell? Yeah.
My cell number shows.
As your cell. Okay. We'll work on that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so creating those folders will give you a lot of organization within, and you can always collapse these so you're not looking at what you don't want to see, but they're still there.
You can also, if you're moving multiple docs, you can click the ones and there's a tab will come up top.
Yeah.
Move it to the other folder.
Yeah, you can select multiple like this in the top left corner of each box, that check box, and then you just drag them and they'll move.
Or you can put the word up at the top says combine or move right there.
These.
So this is my profile, Mary. Yeah, go to.
There's one that says move right there.
Yeah.
Move it to select folder.
Are you in command or? Yeah. I put a .
So thank you for that. If you want to have your documents in a certain order, like on the signed documents, if you want it like 1, 2, 3, or because it goes alphabetically, you can rename these or add a or a number in front of them. That way they go in the order that you want them to. So if you want the exclusive right to be first, but alphabetically KW, it does not come before anti-fraud. So you would just right click on it, click rename. And then here at the front, I would just do a 1 and then save, and it will reorder these for you. within whichever folder, or if it's all of the documents all together. That way that they're in order that you want to. And then when you go back to the opportunity, it will, let me see if I can find this specific opportunity. It will be in that order as well. For reattaching documents. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to documents, which I've already attached these, but that's okay. So if I go to update, and then I'm choosing
If you don't do
DocuSign.
this, so, well, that's, you can still learn.
Yeah.
You can go to, I'm choosing my folder, so sign docs, and then I'm just clicking that and update. So it'll go in order based on how you have them in the room. And then also another positive of creating those folders, you choose from those folders when it comes to putting documents in here, so you know you're not putting anything else that you don't want in there by accident. And then you just click update, or it would be attached, and then you would resubmit or submit. So that's another good feature. If you need to archive anything, you can just click on the document and choose archive. And then if you would ever want to access the archives of those documents, you would change active documents to archive documents, and you would be able to see them there. Yeah, so as far as organization, the folders, renaming them, either numbering them or alphabetizing them, that helps just so you get your flow versus the flow that DocuSign puts it in. And then as well as creating templates for these forms. So you can create templates that will automatically, they're called static form templates. So they would just fill in information automatically for you. So that would be something like the team agency disclosure would be a good one.
Okay, can we go ahead and put one in?
Yeah, sure.
For the
Yep. Go ahead.
Well, or show, because I made templates for them for our new team. We added a team member, so we need new new documents. So I'm in Megan's right now. So you want to show us how to put a document in there?
For sure. So under My Docs,
Okay.
so you're going to click on that. And then you're going to choose Form Templates.
Okay.
And then you'll have, if you've created any already, they should be here, but you click Create Form Templates. And this is templating the forms that are already in DocuSign. So this is not like a brand new one, which I can show you how to do that as well. If you have like your own personal documents that you use for the team that aren't in Command or DocuSign, I'll show you how to add those as well.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna choose group and we'll do fire just for fun. We'll do the team disclosure. So I'm choose whatever form you want, and you just click on the blue button. Well, it's clear there, but click on the button to the left and click use. First thing
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, it was in the form library. Oh, it's a form group, or is it?
Either or. So the library is going to give you all of the forms. So all KW forms, all Columbus Realtor, and all of OAR forms, whereas the groups are just the buyer listing packet that you would see on the other side.
Okay.
So, first thing I'd have you do is rename it, just because I guess it depends on what form you're using. Something like if you wanted to put clauses in on all the, for the contracts and stuff like that, I would definitely make sure you put that information in there, or whatever you could do. Sunderman Group teammate, whatever makes sense to you. And then just make sure you hit the check mark to the right of the name, otherwise it won't save. And then you can put in, so details will auto-populate over anything that's in here. So if you fill in a name or something that is specific or too specific or has the ability to overpopulate over it, it will.
Okay.
So if you put in, I don't know, if you accidentally put in Mary's name under the agent and it's really in Meg's DocuSign account, say, for example, not saying that would happen, but if, for example, it'll put Meg's name over Mary's name.
Okay, I'm going to cut you right here because I don't want to waste their time on this. I've already prepared these docs. All I need to do is put a form in that gets the buyer to sign. Can you show me how to put a PDF in and add signatures to it, or would it just say?
Yeah, so as far as the templates go, you would just
Yeah.
fill in any information you want. You wouldn't want any information that is pertinent to the buyer or seller or the property, obviously, just because that's not what is going to apply to everyone. But once you have everything filled in there, you do save and close. And then once you are ready to use that form, just so everybody knows how to use it now that it's made, when you're in your room.
Can I add a PDF to be signed in here and make it a template?
Yes, yep, I'm getting there. I just want to finish this so just so everyone understands. So when I go in the room and documents, and when I'm adding a document, DocuSign forms, and let me see. So I have this team disclosure. So when I click on this, it should populate this template. And if you have one there for it, it'll have a drop down of all of them. So when you click that, click add selected, add that form, it's going to already have that template information pulled in there for you.
Okay.
So that'll be nice. So as far as creating your own document from scratch, nothing that's already templated in DocuSign, you're going to click on your initials in the top right corner, and you're going to choose switch to ESignature.
Okay.
So you kind of have to go in the back way to do this. And then you're going to choose templates at the top. And then you should be able to, okay, yeah, new in the top left. You can do, I think it'd be create template. You will name it. So I'm just going to name it template custom for now. If you want a description, you can. So then you'll just choose upload. You will find your PDF. And then you can, let me delete that one. I don't want to show everybody's information on there. I'll do this one. So this is just a schedule. So you add your document, which you can view it if you want to. It's not loading.
Oh, but it's coming from the outside in.
Yes.
Right?
So you would set up the role. So it would be
well, okay.
buyer 1. You don't have to add a name or an email, but then you can add more recipients, whoever needs to sign it. Buyer 2, buyer's agent, so forth. And then you would click
the others.
next. And here's where you would add your blocks. So you have all your people in the top left corner of who you want to sign or date or whatever. So you would just click on it, add your boxes. Once you have everybody, you're going to do save and close. So then you'll have your template. So now when you want to do this, you can, when you want to add this to a room, sorry, I didn't mean to click on that. So you'll always come to the ESignature side, you'll go to templates, and then you'll click on that drop down arrow to the right of the word use, and then click copy. It's like, why is it not going? Why did it? Let me double check. This is why it's editing. You would click copy and it'll let you copy. Oh no, it's just copying it. It usually lets me move it. Exclude, create power form, copy, move. So if you previously, when I did this, I tested it the other day. When I hit move, it would move it to a folder, but it would take it out of your templates, like if you added it to a room. Let me do all templates. I don't know why it's not letting me move it now or copy it into the room.
What I do, I say that I just add it, pull it in from the computer. Sign it out. It's just
Copies of it.
Yeah.
Advanced options.
It's really only the regular reading, which I'm filling in all the time. Everything else.
Yeah.
Not really necessary. Regina does it for me.
Actions. I don't know why it's not letting me. It was letting me before. Before, when you clicked copy, it would copy it into the. Let me look one more place. Oh, good. It's Tuesday. Templates. Let's see. Move. No. Why is it not letting me do it now? I will have to double check on what the process is now. They must have changed it. Because before you'd click move and it'd pull up a box and you could add it to a room.
Okay,
But it's not letting me do that anymore.
okay. I'll work on it later with you, Rachel, or whatever. Let's go on and show them some other tips.
Okay. Look. Yeah. Switching back, make sure you're always using realestate.docusign.com when you're, obviously, if you start from command, you shouldn't have any issues. Also, as well, of making sure your NERDS number is in here. So if you click on your initials or your picture in the top right corner, you go to preferences and then integrations. And then right here under share form, the DocuSign form settings, you do share form access. And then that allows other people to do them if you're in the teams. But if you add the provider, there it is. So if you click add provider, you do realtor, you put your NERDS number in here. So that will give you access to Ohio Association of Realtor forms. And it's like kind of in the middle. These are not in alphabetical order for some ungodly reason. But just look for Ohio. No, I lost it. But you choose the association and hit validate. That will give you access to those forms. So that's under your, you went to your initials, you did preferences, and then you did integrations, add provider, and that's to get access to the OAR forms. As far as for teams, always allowing somebody to have access to your form. So a scenario, this would be most beneficial if you have a transaction coordinator or if you have an admin that if she wasn't going through your account, you can share form access here. But that would give them, based on whatever you choose, there would be permission levels. So it would either be, oh, it doesn't look like it's going to let me do it. I wonder, is it going to let me? Okay. That feature must not be available yet. That would be nice though, but you can, as far as people giving them access to your rooms. So when you're in, now I'm back in command. When you create an opportunity, there will be an assignee. Let me switch to my team account so you can see this in real time. There'll be an assignee option. Make sure you include anybody you want to have access on that. And that would be for command users. Those will be the only option for agents. And then I'll show you how to add people from DocuSign. So I am under the team. I'm going to create an opportunity. I'll do buyer. I don't know who. Okay. So then down here where it says assignee, you can add whomever you want. And then you'll create the opportunity that'll give them access to the room in DocuSign as well. And then once you're in, let me switch back. Once you're in, oh, what am I doing? Sorry. When you're in DocuSign, you will have the ability to add people as well. Switch rooms. So under people, I'm in my room. So under people, you can invite people in that way. And then
Where did you click to add? Oh, up in the right-hand corner is the word invite.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
You invite them, you put their email address, their name, the transaction side, room role, and then you do invite. And then once they accept, they'll show up in here and you click on these three dots.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do access. And then it will, it's not, since I already have access to my own room, but it'll give you the option to do like all rooms or just this room. So then you can choose your access level from there and then save it and they should have access to it. All right, I think that is the majority of everything. Does anyone have any questions?
No.
All right, awesome.
Great.
Well, I hope all of you have a lovely day. And if you think of anything, let me know and I will follow up with everyone on getting the PDFs into the rooms.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Bye.
Bye-bye.